Hey guys, this is your good friend Miguel, and I am back here again, make you guys nervous, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So guess what guys, today we just found out some sad news, and that sad news is that Jim the Anvil Neidhart has passed away at the age of 63. And guys, man, wow, that's a shocker right there, man. I mean, dang, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Wow. One member, a part of the Hart family, the Hart Foundation, man. Wow. Find out that news. And to let you guys know how this news came out, I was basically working with my dad. We went to go ahead and work at some what's it called? Some auto repair shop, because they have a yard there. We were working there, and I was just using the blower, and I was blowing off the grass. And once I got done, went to the truck, went on my cell phone, because every time when we're done cutting the lawns, I would usually go on my cell phone, like a lot, every time. And then when I go on ahead and open up my cell phone, I saw a picture of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And when I saw that, I thought, like, is this like an interview or something? But no, right there, it said it right there. I opened it up, and right there on YouTube it said that Jim the Anvil Neidhart has passed away. And when I found that out, I was like, wow, dude. Wow. Jeez. Dude, we're getting like back-to-back deaths. I mean, that's kind of... It's kind of weird in a sad way. Because if you guys don't know, that last month we lost like 3 people. We lost the legendary Nikolai Volkov. We lost Bookhouse Brown, which I don't know that much about, but rest in peace. And we also lost one of my favorites, which I'm still recovering from, but doing it day by day, even though it's been almost like how many weeks have passed? Like 3, 1, 2, 3, almost like 2 weeks and a half. And yeah, the third one was Grandmaster Sexay, aka Brian Christopher. He was the third one that died last month, and I'm still recovering from that because if you guys don't know, him, Sky Tuhari, and Rikishi were the ones that inspired me to do what I am doing right now, and also coming up with a bunch of characters and all that stuff for what I'm doing right here on my channel and all that stuff. And they also got me through like a rough time in my life, so that's why it was really, really hard for me to find out that news about Brian Christopher passing away. And I'm still recovering from it. It's still running through my mind, and it still hurts me inside. It's like I still have a hole in my heart because of that news, and it's hard. It's hard to recover from that. But you know what? Then we found out the news of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. He passed away earlier today. And it's just so sad, man, to find this out, because to let you guys know that I didn't know that much about Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and I didn't know that much about the rest of the Hart Foundation. The same thing with Owen Hart when he passed away, and Owen Hart has been dead for a while now. I mean, Owen Hart died in 1999, and I was 5 years old. And during that time when the Hart Foundation was right there in the WWE, doing a lot of chaos stuff, when they were doing their gimmick about Canada is great and America is not, all that stuff with their gimmick. Those times right there, I wasn't watching wrestling at that time. I wasn't watching WWE at that time. I was playing a wrestling game during that time, but not WWE. I didn't become a WWE fan until in the mid 2000s. So I kind of missed the whole stuff of the Hart Foundation, all that stuff. But when the WWE Network came out, and I went on ahead and started watching some, retro stuff from WWE. And I got to see a lot of different characters in WWE. I also got to see the Hart Foundation and them doing feuds a lot with the Nation of Domination, which is famous, D-Generation X, all that stuff. So I got to go ahead and back and watch history and all that stuff. And man, they got like a lot of heat, and they just went out ahead and just dominate WWE in that time with the Hart Foundation, man. And man, it was just like freaking crazy at that time. And so I missed all that stuff. But I went to the WWE Network, went to go ahead and watch all that stuff because I want to know the history in WWE and all that stuff. Because I want to know the wrestlers that came before the wrestlers that we have today. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the wrestlers that we would have today. So I went to go ahead and watch all their stuff, and it was great and it was awesome. And then if you guys are, I guess you could say, a fan of Total Divas, because when the first season of Total Divas came out, some people were like, people were expecting something in Total Divas and all that stuff. For me, I watched the first season, then the second, then the third, then the fifth, and yeah, the rest is history. I watched the all of the Total Divas. I'm not ashamed. I like watching that. And also in Total Divas, I got to know a little bit more about the women that were in WWE. I got to know a lot about the Better Twins. I got to know about Natty, which is Natalia. I got to know JoJo, Eva Marie. Jeez, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I watched Total Divas. I haven't watched Total Divas a lot. But yeah, I probably should stop wasting time about talking about Total Divas. Should stop doing that. But the reason why I brought up Total Divas is because in Total Divas was the first ever time I ever got to know a little bit more of a personal life of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And if you guys don't know, Jim the Anvil Neidhart is the father of Natalia. And we got to know him a little bit more because he's been in Total Divas constantly a lot. I think he's been in, maybe all 5 seasons. So we got to know him, and we got to know a lot more about Jim Neidhart, because everybody knows that his brother is basically Bret Hart, and everybody knows that Bret Hart is one of the big and most respected superstars in WWE history. And sometimes people always forget that we also had Owen Hart too, and we also had Jim the Anvil Neidhart too. We forgot about them. Some people didn't, but maybe the younger generation or the people that started becoming some new wrestlers, they went on ahead and they got to know a little bit more about Bret Hart, but they forgot the rest of the people that were with Bret Hart. So yeah, we got to know a little bit more about Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and he seemed like a nice guy and all that stuff. He's kind of like a bear, a bear that you just want to hug and all that stuff. And just seeing Natty and her father having a good time with each other, seeing them on Total Divas, it's kind of nice, and it's kind of nice for them. It's awesome. I mean, a good bond with a daughter and a father is always a good thing. And also we also were finding out that Jim was suffering through some with a disease. And if you guys don't know what it is, he's been dealing with some I think it's called Alzheimer's. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. I have the thing right here. Yeah, Alzheimer's. That's what it is. He has been dealing with that for quite a while. And yeah, I guess because I was reading some articles right here on the computer, and I was trying to find out what was the cause of his death. And I guess it was Alzheimer's, because Alzheimer's is like a bad disease to get. And if you guys don't know what Alzheimer's is, I have it right here. It's like read for you guys. So Alzheimer's, a progressive disease that destroys memory and other important mental functions. Brain cell connections and the cells themselves degenerate and die, eventually destroying the memory and other important mental functions. Memory loss and confusion are the main symptoms. No cure exists, but medications and management strategies may temporarily improve symptoms. So yeah, Jim the Anvil Neidhart has been dealing with Alzheimer's for, I don't know how long, but yeah, he's been dealing with that, and we did hear some reports of him trying to use some pills, and sometimes when he was using his pills, he would get arrested by the police. I don't know that too much facts about that, but that's what I've been hearing. But yeah, I guess that was the cause of death. But how he died is, well, before I go ahead on and continue about how Jim died, I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys the article that WWE posted on their website. And I probably should have done this in the beginning of the video, but yeah, I apologize for that. But this is what WWE posted on their website, and I'm going to be reading you guys the article right now. So, WWE is saddened to learn that Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away. Best known as the powerhouse of the legendary Hart Foundation tag team, with his brother-in-law Bret Hitman Hart, Jim Neidhart was also the father of current WWE superstar Natalya. Neidhart began his in-ring career after playing professional football with the Oakland Raiders and Dallas Cowboys. He was trained by WWE Hall of Famer Stu Hart in the infamous Hart Dungeon in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and earned his ring nickname the Anvil after winning an Anvil throwing contest. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know about that. Neidhart married Stu's daughter, Eddie. I didn't say Eddie. I said Eddie. Sorry if you guys didn't understand what I was saying about that. Oh, crap. Sorry, got a message on my phone. Okay. To become a member of the legendary Hart family before making the move to WWE, along with Bret Hitman Hart, Dynamite Kid, and Davey Boy Smith, when WWE purchased Stu Hart's Calgary Stampede Wrestling. Initially, Neidhart and Hart were managed by Jimmy Hart as the Hart Foundation and went on to win 2 WWE World Tag Team Championships. After several years of teaming with Bret's younger brother Owen Hart in some singles competition, the Hart Foundation was reformed in controversial fashion in 1997, consisting of Neidhart, Bret, Owen, Smith, and Brian Pillman, God rest his soul. The pro-Canadian faction stirred United States crowds into a frenzy with their anti-American sermons. See, this is what I was telling you guys earlier in the video about that. Neidhart last competed in WWE in 1997, but his legacy lives on today through his daughter, Natalya, who displays her father's signature charisma and toughness every time she steps in the ring. WWE extends its condolences to Neidhart's family and friends. So yeah, guys, that's what WWE posted on their website. And man, dude, I didn't know he was a football player. That's one thing I didn't know. I didn't know he actually was a football player. So, well, you learn something new every day. But yeah, guys, trying to find a place where I can put my phone. I'll just put it right here. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's what they posted on their website, and I'm going to be speaking of Natalya. I'm going to be reading you guys a statement that Natalya posted on Twitter, and I'm going to be reading you guys that statement right now. So, Natalya wrote, "I can't put into words how hard it is going to be for myself and our family to have to say goodbye to my dad. He meant the world to us, and nothing will ever replace the special times we shared together as a family. My dad was always a fighter and an incredible special person. There was no one like him. I'm just gonna miss him so much. We are going to hold all of the moments we had with him close to our hearts, forever, and never let him go. I promise to keep your memory alive. We love you so much, Daddy. On behalf of On behalf of my entire family, we would also like to personally thank everyone for their outpouring of thoughts and prayers. It's meant so much to us. And I think that's the end of the statement. Yep. So that's what it is. But yep. I'm sorry for your loss, Natty. Nobody wants to lose a family member, but it's life, and sometimes we have to live with it. But we all have to go ahead and pray for Natty, because man, just find that out, especially for her when she heard that her father died. It's just gonna be really, really bad for her and really rough for her. So, but let's just go ahead and cheer on for Natty, and just wish her the best, and hopefully she can recover from this. But it's gonna take step by step for that. But I know how death feels. I mean, I've dealt with death all my life. I mean, I lost a lot of people when I was growing up, so I know how death feels. But let's just go ahead and pray for Natty and wish her a speedy recovery of trying to get through this. And let's go also pray for the whole Hart family for their loss of Jim, the Anvil Neidhart. So yeah, rest in peace, Jim. But if you guys want to know how Jim died, there's an article right here. Well, actually not an article. This is from Wikipedia, but this is actually from TMZ, and I'm going to be reading you guys what TMZ said, and let's see what they said. So, according to TMZ, Jim Neidhart's wife Elizabeth Ellie Neidhart told investigators that Jim was having problems sleeping and got out of bed to adjust the thermostat. Eddie then said that Neidhart went to touch it. He turned weirdly as he was about to dance, then fell into the wall and ground. She immediately dialed 911, believing he was having a seizure, something he was taking medication for, which is basically Alzheimer's, that he was taking medication for, and seizures too, I think. I didn't know about that. Neidhart had a 4-inch gash on his face when EMTs arrived. Oh shit, I didn't know about that. Jeez, 4-inch gash. Oof. Wait, like, it depends which part of the face. I mean, is it on the forehead, the cheek, the nose? Like, where? But a 4-inch gap? Oh, man, dude, that sucks. He died at age 63, according to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. The fall was his fatal cause of death. Oh, okay, so if he didn't actually fall... Wait, okay, so one thing I'm trying to figure out is how did he die, though? I mean, we saw that he was dealing with Alzheimer's. Was the Alzheimer's the one that caused his death? Or was it the gash that he got on his head that made him pass away? Because it says right here that the fall was the cause of his death. So, man, if it was like both, like the Alzheimer's, like that, if it was that caused it, he kind of got like a headache, and then he fell, and then maybe the gash just added another bullet, and after that he dropped dead and all that stuff. So, oh man, that's a bad way to die, dude. I think the death could have been prevented if he didn't like fall on the floor and got the gash. If he would have fell on his bed, I think he would have been fine, and the EMTs would have gone ahead and helped him. But all I can say is I think the Alzheimer's might have caught up to him, and I think he would have been A-okay. But I think maybe the gash on the head was the icing on the cake, and I'm sorry for saying that, but I think that's what caused him another death, another way for him to pass away. And man, and he died young too. I mean, he died. He was 63, so he died young. But dude, man. And also, speaking of dying young, when he's 63, right here it says, right here that the Alzheimer's causes death on. It has the highest death right here on the place that I have. Hopefully, I can show you guys a screenshot what it looks like. It says right here the ages affected by the Alzheimer's is 60 and over. So, and those are the cause of deaths of people dying through to Alzheimer's. The second is 41 through 60, and the third is 19 to 40. So those are the rest. But the highest that people die from Alzheimer's is basically 60 and over. So yeah, we don't know if it was like the gas that got him or the Alzheimer's just caught up to him. But all I can say is that, man, dude, that's really sad. But you know what? He's in a better place now, and all we can say is just rest in peace, Jim. And sorry that this had to happen to you. And you know what? All I can say is that if he would have fell on the bed, I think his death would have been prevented, and he would have made a recovery. But you know, I think maybe if you add that gash to the head, I think that was it, man. And that's really sad. But like I said, you know, let's pray for the whole Hart family, and let's pray for Natalia, and you know, just try to get through this. But you know, rest in peace, Jim. Thank you for entertaining us, even though I wasn't alive during. Actually, I was alive, but I didn't get to see you in the matches. At the time when I was at your time when I was a little, but I did go back and watch your matches on the WWE Network, and you know, they were great. You were awesome. You were a freaking beast in the ring, a powerhouse. It did not lie. He was a powerhouse. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and rest in peace, Jim. And you know what? God be with you. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay too cool, guys. Bye.